Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down this massive tug of war that's shaping the entire future of artificial intelligence. You've got these two powerful, opposing forces, and honestly, getting a handle on them is key to understanding where our world is headed. So, to really get the scale of this, let's just start with one number: $65 billion. That's how big the generative AI market is projected to be in 2025 alone. Yeah, this isn't some far-off future stuff. It's happening right now. Okay, so you've got all this cash, all this economic energy. Where's it actually going? Well, all that investment is pushing AI in two really powerful, almost contradictory directions. The first one is this incredible force of outward momentum we're calling the Great Expansion. So first up, AI is literally expanding its physical footprint. For years, we've kind of thought of AI as this thing that lives in these giant, powerful data centers way out in the cloud. But that is changing, and it's changing fast. AI is moving into the devices we use every single day. Think of it like this. AI is making the journey from the cloud right into the camera in your hand, or into your car or your home security system. There's this company, Plumerai, that just got a bunch of funding to speed up this exact trend. It's a huge deal in the world of what's called edge computing. And that 8.7 million bucks, it's all about cramming a very specific kind of AI called a vision large language model onto these small, constrained devices. Things like cameras and sensors that just don't have a lot of computing power. So, what the heck is a vision LLM? Put simply, it's an AI that can see and understand the visual world, and then talk about it. The whole goal here is to make things like your security camera or your AR glasses way smarter and faster, but also more private, because all the processing happens right there, on the device, instead of being sent to the cloud. And remember, all this is happening inside that giant $65 billion market we talked about. The drivers are pretty obvious. Companies want to create all sorts of content faster and smarter. But, and this is a big but, it's not a free-for-all. This whole expansion is being held back by some really tough challenges, like the insane cost to run these models, and even global stuff like tariffs and supply chain headaches. Okay, so we've got this incredible, seemingly unstoppable force of expansion. But as we all know from basic physics, right, every force meets a reaction. And in this case, that reaction is this growing, urgent, almost desperate need for control, for regulation, and for security. And you can see this reaction playing out right now. In the US, for instance, there's a new bill proposing what's called a regulatory sandbox. The idea is to give AI companies a kind of controlled playground to innovate, with temporary passes on some rules, all while the government watches. But let me tell you, this idea is super controversial. And the debate is pretty intense. On one side, you have supporters saying, hey, we need this to innovate and stay competitive on the world stage. But on the other side, critics are sounding the alarm, basically warning that this could just become a giant loophole for companies to dodge any real accountability for safety. But this whole push for control, it's not just coming from regulators in Washington. It's also a direct reaction to some brand new and, frankly, pretty scary threats that this amazing technology is creating. The risk we're talking about goes way beyond a simple bug or some legal loophole. Get this. Experts are now warning that AI agents could soon launch what are called zero-day attacks. This is a huge deal. It means an AI could, all on its own, find a new weakness in a system, one nobody knew about, and then create a totally unique cyber attack to exploit it. That's the kind of thing traditional security has never seen before and just can't detect. So, let's take a breath. What does this all mean when you put it all together? It means we are in the middle of a constant, high-stakes balancing act. We are literally caught on a tightrope between the incredible opportunity of AI's expansion and the very, very real risks that come right along with it. I mean, you can see the tension everywhere. That same push for smarter devices on the edge, well, it creates brand new vulnerabilities for those zero-day attacks we just talked about. The massive economic growth just raises the stakes on who gets held accountable when things go wrong. And that huge demand for faster innovation, it clashes directly with the slow, careful process of creating regulations that actually work. Which leaves us with this central question, doesn't it? The one that's going to shape the next decade of technology and maybe our whole society. This expansion feels unstoppable. It's driven by billions of dollars and incredible demand. But our ability to control it, to steer it safely, is that just as certain? That's what we all need to figure out.